Welcome to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, this video is going to be about my experiences living and working in South Korea. So I've been in Korea for about 8 to 9 months now, almost 9 months, and I currently work as an English teacher in a private after-school academy, otherwise known as hagwons. So when you're coming here to teach in Korea, you can either choose to work in a public school or a hagwon. And basically what made me come to my decision, whether or not to choose a hagwon over a public school, is because I actually wrote it down and I weighed my options. And although public school offers a lot, I felt like I wanted to try out the hagwon route, especially since they were paying a little bit more. And my goal coming here is to basically try and save as much as I can, which I have failed. But yeah, so this is going to be a little bit about my experiences being here, but if I did talk about everything that happened to me, we would be sitting here for a whole day, and I really don't like those kind of videos where people just talk and talk and talk and talk like I'm doing now. So let's just get started with that. So before I came here, I did a lot of research, and a lot of research about private schools, public schools, salary, everything that you need to know about coming here, right? One thing that people lied about.
See, there you go. There you go. The lies. There you go. This bitch.
The lies. So first things first. People said when you come to work in Seoul, you don't need to know Korean. They lied. They lied. It's a lie. It's a lie. You can get by in Seoul with just English. You can. Except the times that you can't. The thing is, I do understand a little bit of Korean, but I don't know enough to have a full conversation with someone. I am in the process of learning it because I feel like my experiences will be a little bit better once I, understand Korean. And when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I don't want to just be here and just get by with English. I want to actually know the language and try to at least connect with people here. I mean, it's fine if you choose not to learn it. A lot of people spend many years here and they don't bother learning the language, but I feel like you're kind of losing out on a lot by not knowing the language. Now, something I was scared about before coming to Korea is this. So I was a little apprehensive about starting work. So I remember my first day walking into a classroom and the kids' faces were just they look so lost. I was like, hi, hello. And they're just looking at me like silence. I guess they were kind of shocked to see me, a black person, walking in as their teacher. And then also when I'm walking around the hallways at school with students that I don't have yet, that I don't teach yet, they're just and they're talking to their friends look. And so I feel like so I feel like I'm on stage or something. People are just looking at me. So that's my experiences with that. I mean, the kids, they have gotten used to me, so I don't get the same thing anymore. Some kids are just, they couldn't be bothered, and it's whatever. But most of the kids, they've gotten used to me, their black foreign teacher. Also with that is the issue of hair. So when I first started, I had a wig, which I have one now, but it's shorter. So when I first started, I had a longer wig, and the kids, I guess, they never saw my hair. So when I did decide to actually take the wig off and show them my natural hair, the kids were very like once again their eyes were just, what is this? Oh no, I lied. So after I took off my wig, I got some braids, and I do my own hair. So I also told them about how I would sit there and I would just do my hair. So first of all, they were shocked, but then they were also like impressed because they're like, how did you do that, teacher? How did you do that? And I know usually back in the States, we would not let people touch our hair because first of all, that's rude as hell. Like, I don't know where your hands have been. And it's the same thing with the kids here. Kids do carry a lot of germs, but one thing is I wasn't so like this when they would want to touch my hair, especially the smaller kids. Like, I teach elementary and middle schoolers. Some middle schoolers were a little bit rude, but the elementary schoolers, they're just very curious about it. So I would have to literally stand in front of class and talk about my hair. But see, that's the thing I would do first. I would address the elephant in the room, and then we would just start class. Because when I walk in and my hair is different, I know what their reaction is going to be. So I just say, yeah, so teacher got some braids. These are called braids. And she spent many hours doing her hair, and this is the final result. So that's what I did with my hair. And then after that, I actually took the braids out and I had my natural hair. And it's a little bit shorter because last year my head was shaved. Uh, so it has grown a little bit, and so I did some styles or whatever with it so I can just go to school. And so when I walked into the office, first of all, my coworkers were just all, oh my god, what is that? It's like they've never seen natural hair before. They were just like, what is that? Can we what is that? I had one of the teachers when we were like changing classes in the hallway, she was like, is it okay? Is it okay if I touch? And I was like, sure. And she was like, whoa, how did you do that? And I was like, with my hair. So, but yeah, so like the kids, they had the same reaction. They were like, how did you do that? What is that? I had a student actually go on the board and she was like, teacher, I'm going to tell you how you look like. I'm going to tell you how you look like. You look like a poodle. And then she went on the board and she actually drew a poodle and she said, this is what Ann teacher looks like. I mean, I'm not super upset only because it's like it's a chance for people to see like different styles, I guess. Us black girls do, we get braids, we have our natural hair, we straighten our hair, whatever. Like, I go to school with a different hairstyle almost every week, and I am known as and teacher, the teacher that always changes her hair. Teacher, are you going to have a new hairstyle next week? So they're very curious, and I'm always showing them different styles. So then they kind of learn like different black hairstyles, because I know in Korea braids are called reggae hair, which is another conversation. But so wearing my hair, I get to teach them about box braids, natural hair, all of this different stuff. I did have a lady while I was waiting on the train, though. She did come up to me and she started speaking full Korean, and I was like, I don't understand you. But she was like, she took one of my braids, and I'm just standing there like, oh my god. And she's just like this, and I was like, and then she was saying something in Korean, and I guess she was saying, how did you do that? I was like, and I just smiled, and I was like, I just bowed and smiled, and I quickly just walked the other way because I felt like a zoo animal. Um, but yeah, so that was hair. Um, what else can I talk about experiences wise? I did experience dating here, which is for another video because men are trash everywhere. How can I forget the number one thing that people talk about? Staring, the staring. Here's the thing, I haven't gotten that many stares, but when I do, it's very awkward. See, here's the thing. In Seoul, I feel like a lot of people just mind their business. They mind their business. People are just stuck to their phones anyways, on trains, on buses. But it's just like those random like older people that just, when they see you, and they're just like, they look at you quickly and then they turn. At least for me, in my experience, they will stare and then they go back to minding their own business. Younger people, they don't care. Like, you're there, you're here, they're worried about being on their phones, like they don't really care. But older people, they stare a lot. But on the opposite side, I have gotten lost sometimes, lots of times in Korea, because the subway directions are really bad. I did get lost, and I've gotten help from so many older people, and I felt like they're like my grandparents. I've never like had grandmothers, and I don't know, I've gotten like so many like experiences from older people in Korea where they've just been so kind and helpful to me, and I'm just like, thank you so much. Like one time when I was trying to put my card to like exit the station and it wasn't working, and so this older lady, she sees me struggling, and obviously I wasn't going to jump the turnstile, that's illegal. And then she was like, and I was like, okay. And she opened the door for me, and I was like, well, okay then. Other times where I've been on the train and this lady offered me her seat. So in Korea, they have these special sections where older people, pregnant women, uh people with disabilities, like that's like their seat, so like you're not supposed to sit there. And she got up and she offered me her seat, and I was like, why are you doing that? I can't sit there, but thank you. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. Like, you get the stares from them, but then you also get the ones that are just like, I'm curious, but you know, you're here, I guess. So that's that. So I felt this video was like all over the place, and I'm so sorry if it was, but I just wanted to just put my first video out here because I've been saying that I wanted to try YouTube for so long, but I've been so lazy, and thanks to Corona, I've kind of learned how to edit, I guess. And so I'm thinking that maybe I will continue and I will try to put out more videos about my experiences, and maybe they'll be more structured next time. I plan on doing, like I said before, videos about the process to getting to Korea, story time of my airplane trip here, and I also have dating story times because there are Korean F-boys. So yeah, so I hope this wasn't so confusing. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you stay tuned next time for another video. Bye.